Namaskaram, friends. Today, I am before you all to discuss something which I noticed that very lately because I should have done this analysis long back, but I did not get time because I have my own personal work and then professional work too, which I have to concentrate on. But today I got some time to look at this Nagmohan Das Commission report in Karnataka. So, my friends, I had gone and represented in front of the commission. The commission had conducted a caste survey in Karnataka. So, they did a lot of things. They collected a lot of data. Then, they came up with a subcategorization order. They did a proposal, the government accepted. Now, what did the government do? So, before, see, I projected some data for you, but I will show you that later. But first, let me show you what happened. So, as you all know, in Karnataka, there is a scheduled caste list. It consists of 101 scheduled caste. So you can see this 101 scheduled castes are there. So now here there are some castes. You can see Adi Andhra, Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka. So these three castes are quite dominant caste. Not dominant in the sense that in population wise, but they are the most oppressed. I'll show you the data from Nagmohan Das Commission. So they form roughly around 52 lakh population. So this is a massive population which we have. Now there are other castes. So what do you actually think is that when the subcategorization happens, the 101 castes should be placed in three groups. That is, it should be distributed among the three groups. Now I'll show you the Karnataka order. The Karnataka order here it says. Okay, this is the Karnataka order. It's in Kannada. I am going to just show you the bifurcation. So this is the bifurcation they did. This is called Group A. Group A is supposed to be the most backward. Okay. Then there are around 16 castes. Okay, so there are 16 castes. Then there are 19 castes in Group B. That is the next group, which is lesser backward. Then the last group, which is almost the 63 caste. So 63 plus 19 plus, if you add up 16, it will not come to 101. So I was surprised, how can this happen? So if you see, what they did was they left out three castes. They left out Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, and then Adi Andhra. Now what they say is that this total number of people estimated as on today in 2025 based on 2011 census is something like 52 lakh people are not covered under anything. Okay, they are not covered under anything. So what the government says in the subclauses is that, see, these groups are an amalgamation of some of these castes like Madigas, Olayas. So let them take a caste certificate and then we will give them caste certificate. We'll give them appropriate subcategorization facilities in the relevant groups. Okay, I agree. But now, yesterday itself I told that to get a caste certificate, they have to produce a lot of documents. They have to produce birth records. They have to produce father's caste. Most of these people who have AKADA, who have this caste certificates, they have the caste certificate as AKAD because this is coming on from 1931. See, I have a caste certificate because of my father's caste. I did not create my own caste. Okay, the caste is coming from generations after generation, which we are not accountable for. So now the government says that you convert yourself into another caste. So there is a big movement. People are telling that you go convert into Madiga caste, they convert into Halaya caste. So now effectively, as on today, the fact is that this 52 lakh people, they can't get any reservation facilities in Karnataka. That's a fact until and unless they get a caste certificate. So this is completely in violation of the Supreme Court order, which told that in the CJI, Chandrachud sir had discussed this in entirety, that no caste can be excluded. Not even a single person can be excluded. Because that exclusion will amount to removing you from the SC list. That power is there only with the central government under Article 341 and 342. So today, in an indirect way, the Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andhra, they have been left out. So they are being told that your caste certificates are not relevant today. Your caste certificates are not valid for taking government reservation, when the fact is that there is section 5A there is a certain section, yesterday I quoted that section, where it clearly tells that once a caste certificate is given, you cannot revoke it without any proper reason. That is, it has to be cancelled only if there is a falsification or conversion to other religion. So when all these things is not there, why to harm this 52 lakh people, AD people, who are actually one of the most oppressed people? So this is one of the first issues, because certain castes have been missed out. Now, the second important thing which today I am going to highlight, which I wanted to discuss, is the issue of effective representation, my friends. Now, one of the things which I went through in the Nagmohan Das Commission report is the representation part of various castes. So my friends, one of the major reasons the adequate representation test have to be met in the constitution is because what the constitutional thinkers thought was, like, see, for example, if a caste is excluded from accessing education, that will lead to educational backwardness. Then educational backwardness will lead to lesser representation in higher education. Higher education, there will be a lesser pool competing for the government jobs, and hence the government jobs will not be taken by those castes which are backward and others. So the test of adequate representation is very important. And when CGI Chandrachud sir mentioned effective representation, what he meant was, he clearly meant that, see, some caste may be represented in Group D, Safai Karmachari. That does not mean that they are effectively represented in the government. They need to be given strategic positions. They need to be given decision-making position. That is in Group A and Group B. Now, unfortunately, what I see, my friends, then Justice Nagmohan Das gave all the data of Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. But if I total it up, it is leading to some absurd results, which I am going to show you now. See, here you can see there is a caste code given, and then there is Adi Dravida 210, 240. This caste are excluded, my friends. They are excluded, and then they are not included. Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka. The remaining caste, you can see Group A, Group B. So I am going to show you how. See, the Justice Nagmohan Das Commission says there are 10 castes which dominate the government services. They mention that then the next 10 is given, and then there is a list of castes who have almost like 0. Now, ideally, what you may think is that, okay, you split this based on this, okay, because some castes are not effectively represented. So those castes who are represented, you give them lesser facility, because that group has developed, and then they can compete, and then they can take over the other pie. So this 10 castes can be put in one group. The next 28 castes can be put in another group, and the last, which are least represented, who have nothing, can be put in the last group. But my friends, that has not happened. What has happened indeed is that they categorize this into backward, and then more backward, and then the touchable caste. So I am going to show you now the first list, which is the backward, that is the Madiga group, that is the group 1. Okay, so I have taken the group. See, what I have done is that I have taken this list, I have taken the A plus B, because for effective representation you have to just see A plus B, not C plus D. So because C plus D is like low end jobs, without reservation also you will get those jobs. There is no point discussing about how many people are Safai Karmachari. So if more people are Safai Karmachari, that shows that those group is not developed. They are getting only low end jobs. Okay, so what needs to be checked is only A and B. So I have done this analysis for A and B. So I'm going to show you now how the subcategorization order, the numbers change. So now the first thing is the group A Madiga. Okay, so the group A Madiga, the cash code 22. Okay, so the cash code 22, if you can check this, okay, so it will be, let me check this. So let us see. So the 22 is what is the number of group A and group B? It is 9. Is 9. Okay, Chandala 28 is, I'm totaling up group A and group B. It is 51. So let me take this aside because it is interfering in me. So next is 32 is 126. So this is 9. This is Hasla is 1. 48 is 1. 50 is 1. 51 is 1. 56 is 0. Kudumban 61. 61 Madiga is massive, 2401. So this group has huge number. 72 is 0. No representation. Mavillian 0. 88 0. 0. Samagar 369. And in Samban 1. So if you total it up, so it is actually 2917. If that is the group B, A plus B. Okay. So this group is having 2,917 group A plus group B jobs. This group, entire subgroup. Out of that, you can notice that the Madiga group has dominated this, which is 2401, entirely going to them. So this is important because I'm going to show you. So we have 20917. Now let us come to the group B, that is the Holaya caste. So what is this group B? How much will it come to? So you'll be amazed by the number. This is 0. First one is 0. This is 0. 0. This is 129. This is Chalwadi 965. Pallan 10. Holaya Valar 44. This is massive. This is 4165. This is very huge. 0, 102. 67 is 0, 0. 69 0. 70 0. 62 103. 78 58. Mundal 80 is 44. Perian 92. Rania 3 1. So if you total it up, my friends, you will get 5672. Very huge, very huge. So now see, if you're seeing the group B, Olayas have 5,672 group A plus group B jobs in Karnataka. Now what the Nagmohan Das commission says is that the last group, the group C, they are the most forward and other things. So by logical explanation, see, because the Madigas had 2,917 jobs, group A plus group B jobs. Group B has much more, almost like double that. Okay, 6,000 plus. So it's double the job. So they are more than enough represented than the Madigas. So the Valayas are more than represented than the Madigas. But now let us go to the next block, which is the most controversial block, and you will notice that Justice Nagmohan Das has not done justice here. You will see that. Now you see here, now again group C has large number of castes. So the first one, Adya, is 0, 4 and 3 13 Baira 1 0 14 is 5 16 is 3 next is 13 7 Banjaras massive 2 3 5 6 there are 2 3 5 6 then 18 9 Budachangama 19 is 17 Bellara 0 Bangi 9 Bovi is again very huge, that is something like 519 plus 803, that is very huge, that will be 13 1322. This is also a very big group, so this is a big group, this is a big group. Okay, so Bindla 0 Baikar 6 Chaklian 5 Chennadasari 92 Dakali 0 31 Dakaliga 1. This is total of group 1 and group B. See, there is not even one soul. Okay, so many cash have 0. Okay, so 33 is 44 34 is 1 35 is 18 36 is 0 37 is 1 38 is 1 39 is 1 41 is 16 then 43 is 51 then this is 4 Ule Dasari 46 Jagali is 1 47 is 2 49 is 0 1 Koracha Korama is again a dominant this thing is 87 and then 401 55 is 3 1 Lingadar is 1 0 Machala is 60 is Lingadar is 0 Lingadar is 59 is 1 Madari 60 is 17 0 64 is 0 then 66 is 13 71 is 0 8 73 is 8 74 is 0 75 is 0 0 Mukri 79 is 4 2 82 is 1 83 is 0 0 4 2 2 0 then 13 0 21 2 0. So you will get around 4 5 7 0. Now my friend, if you add up this you will get 4 5 7 0. Now if you notice this, the Holea group had 5 6 7 2. This group has lesser. And then if you notice this, my friend, this is actually very tragical. Most of this caste, they are small caste, except this 17 23 53 54 maximum. Almost all of them have 0 or 1 officer, 2 officers, 3 officers, maximum less than 10. So now how can you group all these small people who don't have any representation in the most forward group? Because the group C is supposed to be the most forward group. So I have sincere doubt whether Nagmohan Das applied his mind or not. Justice Nagmohan Das sir applied their mind or not, because see, this is completely illogical. By the effective representation test, this report completely fails. This report completely fails, and I request, if the Honorable High Court give me a chance, I'll come and represent. I'll show you the data of what mess it has created, because this subcategorization is completely illogical and there is no basis how this is being done. How can you club all these small castes? See, what you have to determine is who are the most deprived scheduled castes. See, go and see what has happened in Haryana. They have determined it. They have determined in Tamil Nadu. Now here, you just group certain castes based on your political equations, and then you tell that, and even within this caste, like for example, if you see here, my friend, in group A, except Madhika, almost all have nothing. They are peanuts to them. Okay, and Madhika and Samagara. Even in the next group, Olaya caste, there is, except Olaya and Chalavadi, almost all have nothing. So the entire analysis, should be very, very categorical, and then it should be based on people who have got benefits, and then if they have got benefits, they should be restricted. It should not be clubbed, and then the weaker groups cannot be clubbed in a group where they cannot compete. Because see, if you see here, one or two groups which have dominated, they are there, and then they will eat up the rest of the groups. So it is very imminent that this subcategorization needs a relook, and then the Honorable High Court or even the government should consider having a relook of this data. What is this data? When the effective representation test is not satisfied, this completely fails. The subcategorization completely fails, and I have not even come to the Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka. Again, if you see, they 840, 100 and 1066. But if you add up all these things, it will come to less than 3000 seats. And they form Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi. They form almost like 52 lakh population. So they have been completely removed from the list. So this completely needs a relook, and then I request that the subcategorization done is not based on proper empirical data, and this will never stand the test of any law. So in view of that, I think there's a need for a new commission or anything. So we'll see what best things will happen, and if the government continues with this, it will surely, I am very, very sure that it will lose the case in the higher courts, because I know the Bihar caste census, it was knocked off just based on one analysis of OBC caste. When they told that this caste is represented so much, how can you say that it is OBC? So based on that, they just knocked it off. On the similar way, they will do the same thing here. So my friends, it's very important that this Nagmohan Das Commission report should be put into trash, and then we have to examine it in a very fresh way by appointing a new commission. Thank you, everyone.